All right, we're live, Maree. Hello, everybody on the chat. Hello, Maree. Hello, Jazzy. How is
Hello.
everything going on over there?
Good. Hi, everyone. Jasper sends lots of love. I was just saying to Elisa, he's being a little bit, what's the word, secretive, because something's going to come through today. He's not showing me yet. So we'll go with that one whenever it happens. So yeah, look, interesting over here. There's a thing called The Voice. That
Yeah,
I don't
the
know if you've
show.
heard of that. No. This
Oh,
is a
okay.
legislation. They've been trying to get it
Oh,
in for like 20 years, and they have to have a referendum every time they do it. So they just change the name of it, and they change the whole packaging, the promotion of it. So what it's doing is they're trying to actually take away the rights of our Indigenous people to their land. And so, yeah, and they say, oh no, it's The Voice. We'll put them in on our legislation rather than being on their own. So that's going on, but I don't feel
oh,
that will even come to fruition. I really feel that that's just showing people
the show. Yeah, the movie.
the
To people,
movie,
for people to awaken, to
because then
stand
they would
up.
have complete control of all of Australia. The Indigenous have no say then. So yeah, but people don't realise that the way they're packaging it. And the other thing that happened, I don't know if you remember me talking about the Premier from Western Australia, the one that shut it down for years, and literally, well, he just resigned. If you remember, he only gave 45 minutes notice to have a press conference. 45. Anyway, yesterday in the West Australian newspaper, which is their main newspaper, big headlines: New World Order, and then it had the new premiers will be following in McGowan's footsteps and keeping the same ERA, like massive. Took up 2/3 of the page. So if the white hats aren't doing this, then you know what? Yeah, it was just absolute confirmation to me that they're actually bringing stuff out
Trying to
now.
get people, trying to get
Yeah,
people to wake up.
yeah, because people would look at that and go, "What?" Yeah. So that's sort of the things I guess that I've noticed here, like out in the underground stuff.
Yeah.
So yep. So what about over there? What's happening?
Oh boy, over here, well, I don't really pay attention to that stuff,
Mm.
as you know. All I know is that a very prominent doctor was killed.
Ah.
Um, his name is, I'm going to spell it out.
Mhm.
His name is Rashid, and then the last name is Buttar. And I don't want to say his name because I have
Yeah.
a feeling they're going to be watching out for that. So he was a very prominent doctor, and he's gone. So I really want to know what happened to him. One of the things I
Mm.
want to do is to see what happened to him. But I didn't want to put it on the headline because I didn't
No.
want to bring, um, you know, bad and
Un-
bad.
Unwanted
Yes,
attention.
attention. Yes.
So okay. So do you want me to do some cards on that one, or do
Yeah,
you want to?
we can. We can. We
Yeah.
can.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's get you on here.
All right. So, what do you want to know first? Shall we do the basic?
Is he really dead?
Gone. Yeah.
Yeah, because he could have faked it to get out of the system.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes. Phew.
And let's get the banner on.
Oh, yeah. Good idea. I'll have to ask you how to do that as well for our show on Monday. Okay. Mm. Yeah. Oh, that one's hot too. I don't know. This is really interesting. Because we've got some amazing cards. We've got our 10 of Pentacles. So a lot of people knew of him or were helped by
Yes.
him, because then the Strength card came up. So yeah, he was a really strong presence in the world. So what that's telling me is that, yeah, I don't know that he's actually gone. I'm just going to just see.
Get some confirmation
He
cards.
Yeah, I'm getting confirmation cards because the Nine of Wands has come up. So to me, he had a really big struggle. Like there was a lot of, it was a hard road for him. The Chariot's come up. So to me, this can mean that something's been balanced for him to move on. And I'm going to just do a final card to give me confirmation or clarity. Yeah, I think he might be okay because we've got our Page of Cups, which is it's like a yes, but there's something that's been offered. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling that. And the Creator, the Empress card is up. These are all really positive cards. So I'm just going to put my neck out on the line there with these ones and just go watch this space. Yeah. So there must have been some signs that maybe something was going to happen and something was done about it. So yeah, interesting.
Well, that's great news.
Yeah, but this is what the cards are saying, and they were all really positive sort of cards about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, that's great news then. That is great news.
And the Hermit, I just thought I just want another confirmation card. So this is when something's hidden. So something's hidden, something's gone deep, something's, yeah.
Okay.
So let's just, see what, and they can do fake things really well, can't they?
Well, yeah.
They can make it look very much like it's something's happened.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Lady Hawk has a question.
Okay.
Coming into the body, we forget who we are. Did Jesus forget who he was too? And that's the reason he didn't start his ministry until he was 33 and remembered?
Okay, Lady Hawk. Jasper wants to come in here. So I'm just going to ask through my higher self to connect him with the energy that Jasper brings through as well. He's showing me no, he was fully awakened. His crown was open from birth. So he was fully awakened from birth is what I'm actually being shown. And his heart, he was very connected through his heart. So it's almost like his ministry started. I mean, he still had to grow up as a child, but he was always connected is what I'm being shown. So his ministry, I mean, they said it, well, at 33 as well, if you look at those numbers, this, and then it took 3 days apparently for him to, come back from in the tomb. Those numbers, the 333 numbers, are really relevant and important as well. So that was more for his transition into fifth dimension. And so no, he was fully activated. I'm getting shown. So his crown, fully activated, heart, fully activated when he came through.
Okay. All right. Great question. Thanks, Lady Hawk.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go ahead and ask the question that I had put on the top, which is that the U.S. really go to the moon in 1969, because there's two stories. There's three stories. One, the fake one, which is that they went to the moon and that was it. The second one is they didn't go to the moon at all. And the third one is they did go to the moon. They got told by the bad ETs they're going to be, that they needed to get the heck out of there. And then what they did is they did a Hollywood set because they couldn't use the one that was in the moon. They had to do a fake one here. So there was both. That one's both, right? So
gotcha. Okay, so we'll ask first of all, did they go to the moon? Now this card fell out as I was shuffling. So this is our Three of Swords. So this is saying to me, they didn't get, no, that didn't happen. So let's have a look now and just see.
Okay.
So we're going to ask first up, did they want to go to the moon? Did they ever know that they could go to the moon? Whew. So we've got out, that was what they wanted to do, was the Ace of Swords. Yes, they actually wanted to, but I don't think, like you said, there was something else going on in the background. Let's have a look and see.
Yeah, I don't think I think the astronauts wanted to go, but I think NASA knew that they weren't going.
And this was a process that was actually, they were building on over a long period of time.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just see. That one's hot. They created it. So there's our Empress card. They created the whole thing. it was a creation. It wasn't death card transformation. So they transformed from them, saying, yep, we're going to the moon, but it was transformed. It wasn't. It didn't happen.
So there was oh my God, what's his name? I think it was Neil Armstrong.
Yeah.
Or one of them. I don't remember his name. Once they were older, they were saying that they did make it, but that like I said, they were told they needed to leave. So why was he telling that story? And again, do we need the real name? I don't know if it was Neil Armstrong or if it was
the other guy, because there's three of them, wasn't there?
Buzz Aldrin.
Buzz Aldrin.
I think it was Buzz.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just have a look and see if that story was true, that they actually got to the moon and then got told that they couldn't be there. Because, I've always felt that there's been fake moon, like stuff done, like different moons at different times. So let's just have a look and see, was that true? A lot of people believed that they were there. A lot of people believed it.
Of course.
A lot of people believed it, and it helped to change how everyone looked at everything. So they believed the Earth, everything, all the stars theory, all of that sort of stuff, which was what it was about. But let's just see, did they actually go there physically? I don't know that they even got there. Look at that 7 of Wands. That's fighting for something, and that's an ending. So the 10 of Cups is an ending. So it was made a happy ending for all these people that believed it. So it doesn't, I'm.
So I wonder why he was saying that. I wonder what, Mel, maybe he was told to tell that story?
Oh, I think because you've always had people that questioned it. So, it just adds more fuel to the fire. That's the actual case. So they, literally would have probably had to go through a wormhole if they were getting
that's what I was thinking.
Keeps coming up, but so many people got, because the 10 of Pentacles is about a lot of something, and it can be people, it can be money, it can be anything in reality. So they were doing it for the masses, the whole story.
So what do you think they would gain from? Is it just so that they could get more money for other purposes?
That could be why that 10 of Pentacles kept coming up as well. They got a lot of money, didn't they? For lots of different things. So let's just have a look. Okay, that one's really hot. Let's just see. Yeah, and they got it fast because that's our 8 of Wands. So that gave them an in, with a lot of money. So tell a story, offer a story to people or to the right, I mean, you look at it though, it's just coming to me now. Anyone at that level would have been in on it. So the people that gave out the dollars as well would have been in on it. So but there's a lot more to this.
Well, I mean, it would be is it the Pentagon that hands out that budget?
I think so. Is it the Fed, the Pentagon? Yeah,
I don't know.
So I would probably is actually. So there's a lot more hidden.
I wonder if the cards can tell us anything at all where that money went. What was that money being used for?
Good question. Gosh. I mean, what would they use it for? I mean, look, bribery, all sorts of things probably, Okay, let's just see if we can get any idea from the cards. So what was the plan with it all? Okay, so when we've got that star card, to me, this is actually, okay, straight away I'm getting, it was being used for the information that was being given to them to probably to do other things, like to make man-made stuff that people weren't aware of. So because then we've got our 7 of Wands. So they're fighting. This was an action that was taken to actually give them the yes, and I'm getting a yes with that. So they were using it to do their own stuff behind the scenes.
Wow.
And also as a I don't know if we can say this word here, a money washing type situation.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But they were doing their own thing behind the scenes, but saying they were just putting it, all this other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Oh, that's crazy.
Crazy stuff. So, and, you know, I mean, I'll ask also if this information is going to come out to the population at some point. You
Yeah.
know, how much they've actually, yeah, well, got our Queen of Pentacles. So this is contemplating reality and seeing what's going on in the world, in your world. And it looks like it will, yeah. Three of Cups, got a celebration card with that. So there's going to be a lot of truth. It might not come out straight away because there's so much else to come out first.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly.
Once there's a balance in the world, the Two of Wands to me is always about finding a balance in the world to be able to then bring out information like that when people are ready for it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Interesting. Interesting. Wow. All right. Are there people in NASA that do not know this?
Let's have a look.
Because I have a friend that works there, and I swear to God, I really don't think she has a clue that she's working for a shell of a company.
Yeah. Yeah. Same card again. Yes. So that Seven of Wands is they're fighting to, you know, people just go to work and what's going on behind the scenes, they don't know about. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. So this is, they're just doing what they do in their world to keep going. You know, it's
So
like
they're
going to a job,
oblivious. Yeah.
but they won't be. There will be a huge shake-up.
Ah,
So, but then it can be used for the good as well. Once that happens,
yeah.
there can always be a
Interesting.
transference of how things are done.
Yeah, well, like they transferred all the IRS agents to the Treasury, so they didn't lose their job. They just
Yeah.
were working for a different.
And I heard they all had to sign new contracts recently and things like that. So, yeah. So we'll see. But it looks like, and I feel this is what's going to happen because these people have got, really good skills, so they can be put to use in different ways.
Yeah, yeah. Interesting.
So,
Okay, well, let's see. Teresa has a question. Is there a calm in the horses that died at Church Hills Downs? Is there a hint or any relation to the institution of church going down?
Right. So what happened with those horses? Was there a lot of horses that
I have no idea.
was there a fire or something, Teresa? We can ask the question. Okay, let's see if there was a comm in that.
That died at Church Hill Down.
So that must be, was there a comm in that? Yeah, it looks like at King of Pentacles there was something definitely that was planned, that was going on, and whether they actually even died or not. No, definitely there was a plan for this. That Three of Pentacles is always about a plan and something that's made public, even if it's not true. And then we've got a King of Wands. So this was definitely some sort of action that was taken for a reason. Yeah. Hidden High Priestess. So there's a lot more behind this, Teresa, than what's come out. So I think you could be onto something there, around that.
Yeah. Yeah. Very interesting. So she's saying that typical medicines and evils they do with the racehorses should be banned. So I'm getting that the horses, like them hurting the horses, is a way to keep that horse energy down, or I don't know. There's something to that.
Well, they say it's all rigged. It's a little bit like all of our football games. Everything, it's all rigged. They have playbooks of when they get an injury, certain players, and this and that. It's rigged. So let's just have a little look at that and see. Yeah. Yeah, the Empress, they create what they want. Literally. So yeah, it's there you go. It's done from the DS. Yeah. It's all created, Teresa. And I agree with you. and it's very unique with the horse racing because that Nine of Pentacles has come up. So it's very unique and it's around money as well. But yeah, I'm feeling into what you're saying, Elisa, and I feel there's some sort of energy thing with it, which is really, I'm getting that. This card, so that's something that people have been concerned about. It's something that won't go on because that is also my don't worry card. It's almost like there will be changes made to things like that because of our what's the word, our beautiful relationship with money will change. So these sorts of things will change, and the compassion and love for animals will come through. So I believe in our world and society, there will be a massive change as to how we view all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So because the only reason people go and bet usually is because of the money of it. Yes, some people love horses and, watching the trainers and the owners, but if it's all a big lie anyway.
If they knew how much those horses suffer.
Yeah. And yes, it's definitely going to be gone. I had a friend that she was really big on horses, and she said, Maree, they won't even feed them oats. Now, oats are really good apparently for helping heal the ulcers in the horse's stomach because they get a lot of ulcers from the stress of everything. They won't even feed them oats because it makes them put on weight. So I know. So, yeah, this was from the horse's mouth, literally, of someone that knew how it all worked. So don't worry, it's going to be gone. That Ten of Swords tells me that this sort of stuff will be definitely changed up.
How horrific.
Yeah. So.
All right. So since we don't have any more questions, I wanted to bring up what we were talking about before.
Yes.
Which is, and Jesse can feel if he's ready to share, he can, do it now.
Yep. Otherwise, yeah. So should we talk? Can I just talk firstly about the full moon that's coming up?
Yeah.
So there's a full moon coming up for us. It's in Australia. It'll be Saturday night. But they call it the strawberry moon. And I was going, well, that's really interesting. Apparently it's because it's in June. That was the shortest time for harvesting strawberries. So that was why it was initially called the strawberry moon. But then they called it the honeymoon because they'd also harvest the honey. And a lot of people would get married in June. And this is where the word honeymoon comes from. So that people would then get married and have this time together after a wedding. But it was the full moon, the honeymoon. So I thought that was really interesting. And it's in Sagittarius this month as well. So you could do a little ritual around this. So it's about releasing. It's about letting go, the full moon. So, and the Sagittarius is around fire. So even if you light a little candle or you write down what you want to release and you just meditate with it and let it go, you can just burn it, just do it really safely in a little bowl or whatever it is. But yeah, so it's the fire as well aspect of this full moon. So you can release through doing a little ritual like that. So that's that. I found that really interesting about this full moon.
Yeah, that's very, very interesting.
Okay, I think Jasper's ready to come through. I'm getting the heart thing going on. So, okay, he wants people, if everyone can just stop for a minute, he wants us to do this with him as he's bringing this through. So I'm just going to get you to do a sit as if you would, or be still if you can, like a meditation. So just take a big breath in, and just as you breathe in, close your eyes and gently breathe out. Let yourself come into your body. And then with the next breath in and out, take your awareness down into that beautiful heart space, wherever that is for you. And now we're going to have the intention of connecting through into our higher self, into our Creator, God, our divine being. And Jasper is actually bringing through this beautiful, it's like a golden, pale yellow moon energy. And it's coming down through the cosmos and through the top of your head, through that crown chakra. Activating the crown chakra, opening up the crown chakra. It's releasing any blocks that are there. And it's so gentle, this beautiful frequency. And it just begins to move down now through the crown chakra, through your head, down through. And when it hits your heart chakra, again, it's just doing this beautiful activation of vibration, frequency, very calming, and yet opening and releasing any pain, This frequency keeps working, and it slowly keeps moving down all your chakras through to your base chakra, cleansing, healing, calming, and now down through into the Earth Star chakra and right down into the grid lines, the energetic grid lines of the Earth. And now he's showing me that it's all swirling around us because this consciousness, we are living in consciousness. It surrounds us. We are part of that. So just notice your breath as you connect into this consciousness, this vibration. Allow it to be absorbed into you and you to be absorbed into the consciousness, the frequency around you. This is very healing. This is very activating. And now just again have the intention of knowing that our divine being is within us. And feel that. What does that feel like? So you can always connect into this wisdom. You can always connect into this aspect of you and trust that your messages, your guidance are truth. And now just before we finish, I want you to just expand your heart chakra energy out, allowing it to flow really easily, making your breath easier. And then just bring yourself gently back into the here and now. And as you gently come back and open your eyes, bring that sense of peace, healing, and that gentle, beautiful moon frequency and vibration back with you.
Very
Okay.
nice.
Yeah, I can feel it's a really, it's so gentle, so nurturing, this
Gentle.
energy.
Mhm.
Yeah, so thank you, Jazzy. But definitely there's a lot going on through our crowns at the moment, so just be open to that.
Yes, absolutely. Beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you, Jazzy.
Yeah, thank you, Jazzy. You're welcome.
All right. So let's talk about, as you know, I've been working really hard on what I've been told to work on right now, which is remote viewing, telekinesis, telepathy. So we were talking about how, how to remote view. And instead of really getting complicated with the actual process of remote viewing that has been created in the remote viewing community, to do something different and to just, I want you to tell us the ideas that you gave me before on the remote viewing.
So I just called it intuition. I didn't realize that what they call it's just a name. Remote viewing's a name. It really is. So for me, years and years ago, I would just say to people, to friends, okay, they'd say, I'm really worried about my, my family member overseas or whatever. So I'd say, right, just give me their name, give me their age and their sex, whether they're male or female, because there's only 2 of those. And so they would. And so then I would just drop into my heart space and I'd just tune in through my higher self. I always go through that beautiful divine aspect and tune into their higher self. And because I'm very visual, I'm very clairvoyant, I actually could see what they were wearing, what they were doing, what was going on for them. I'd always ask permission. And I said to Elisa, sometimes I don't feel as much. I'm not as clairsentient, so I could see things. But if I wanted a better aspect, I would actually just go up above and look at the whole situation and how did it feel being in it and go into it. So that really helped me. And then I would give that feedback to the person that had asked me, and they would say, oh yeah, no, that sounds right, that's what they do, that's where they live or whatever. So it was really good confirmation for me to know that yes, I'm tapping into the right aspect and getting the information that's needed. So that's something, and I was saying to Elisa, to start with, you can do it with people and actually then practice it. So it's almost like a form of practicing. So with cards, so if I'm pulling, let me say, I'll grab my.
He also mentions something about guessing what the person's wearing.
Yeah, that's what
Or
yes. So I
yeah,
could see
yeah,
what they were
yeah,
wearing. I'd ask,
yeah.
show me where you are, show me what you're doing, show me how you're feeling. Do you need any help with anything? And so I would just go through how I would talk to a normal person that I was sitting face to face with, and I had permission to actually, ask those sort of questions.
Mhm.
So yeah, so I'd do that, and then I would relay that back to the person that had asked, and they'd be going, yeah, that's what they look like, or this is what they would sort of clothes they would wear, or yes, it's winter over there, so of course they'd have these clothes on if it was summer here. So things like that. And I said to Elisa, if she wants to start practicing, she can actually tune into where I live, because she hasn't been here, and see if she can actually get a general idea of where things are, what the house looks like, maybe what I'm wearing on the day. So then she can get feedback. So if you've got people that you can do that with, it's a really great way to start practicing. So you're not sort of doing it through your head, you're dropping into your heart, you're going through your higher self and trusting what you get. Doesn't matter if you only get one thing that's actually, correct. It doesn't matter. What you're doing is you're training yourself to start trusting, to start using those beautiful gifts, whether you're more, claircognizant, whether you're more able to know things and you don't see them, that's okay. I've got friends that just feel, and they go, I felt this and this is going on. And to me, sometimes it's like, wow, I wouldn't have got that because I see. So just trust whatever gifts you've got now, and keep asking to have your gifts remembered. To remember,
Yes.
we have mastered our gifts from so many lifetimes, and
Yes.
now's the lifetime where they can come through, because our DNA is being activated with this frequency. So,
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
just, yeah, and trust it. That's the biggest word of the day, is trust. And people go, I'm too scared to. What if I get it wrong? It's a game. It's fun, and that's how we need to look at it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So Lisa, do you want to say how you've been working with it, and what happened for you? With your
Um, let's see. I've been successful with my friends. I had a friend of mine who hid something in a shelf in his house, and he sent me 3 pictures, and he's like, "Which one is it in?" And I was able to get it right. And then I've I've been working with a friend of mine doing telepathy as well, and so we've been doing shapes. And so in that one I was 50-50. One I got right, and then the other one I didn't. But I think a big part of it is to be into that theta state in the mind, to be in that theta state and to really just receive, like just allow to receive, like either an image or a word, and go from there.
yeah.
Yeah. And I was told that we needed to do images, like, because that's what telepathy is, right? It's images, it's not words. Words are very, as we know, it's words were controlled to create realities for us. So they're saying, don't use words, use images. And so,
Okay. Can I say something with that? Because years and years ago, I realized I was telepathic, because I was doing a dinner party and I had certain music on, and I was just putting something on the table, and all of a sudden I got the message, oh, that music's really annoying. I went, oh, someone doesn't like the music. And so I said, oh, should we have a change of music? And someone was going, yeah, that'd be great. So I feel you can get it in words. It can be like a
oh
thought that,
yes, you can.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. But if
yeah.
you're playing with someone, like if I tell you, Maree, let's do telepathy,
Oh,
I'm going to
okay.
tell you, send me images,
Gotcha.
not
Now I'm with
words.
you. Yeah. So this
Yeah.
was instantaneous for me. This was like a natural thing that happened. So yeah, no, now I understand where you're
Yeah.
coming from. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah. If you're
clarity.
practicing with someone, definitely tell them to send an image and not words.
I love it. Really clever. No, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
interesting because I just caught Space Cadet Lottie. She was saying, I've
Hmm.
trained 3 different ways to remote view, but there are some aspects I was taught that didn't resonate with me, so I made ways that felt right for me. And that is spot on, because Lisa and I were talking about this as well before the show, about
Yep.
just do what feels natural. Where's the least resistance? Where's the least stress and frustration? Because that way you stay in your heart, you stay in that beautiful theta state. You are receptive then. So just trust yourself. Everyone works differently. We all have different personality behaviors. We all have different core aspects to us. So just trust yourself. That's, to me, the number one rule, is
Oh
about
yeah.
anything. Yeah, so that's true.
Everything related to psychic abilities is about trust and no doubt.
No
Yeah.
doubt. Oh, that's cute. And I was just going to say, I was saying to Elisa as well with the cards, because I've been reading cards for quite a while, all different sorts of cards. Because I'm very visual and I can tune in. Oh, thanks. All right, space cadet Lottie. So I pulled a card now. So I'll show you how I changed up what I was doing to get more of an aspect. So this is the gnome card. Look how beautiful that is. So you've got your gnomes in the background, and then you've got your beautiful triangle with crystals and like a flower in it. So when I look at this card, if I was to actually tune into this card, what I do, I'm just going to have a quick look myself. Oh, straight. And this is for everyone. I pulled this card for everyone that's watching either now or later. Straight away, that big gnome at the top jumped out at me. So I was like, oh, okay. Now gnomes to me are all about grounding, about actually being rejuvenated through the earth energy. And then the next thing that stood out was a little doorway. See that doorway in the middle? So it's like we're going through this. You can't see it. So there is a doorway right here, right there.
Oh, yeah.
But energetically as well, that was jumping out. So I look at what jumps out of the card for me first. So to me, it's telling us, yeah, let's do what the gnomes do. Let's get grounded. Let's connect to trees. Let's ask the earth for beautiful minerals, any sort of energy we need. Because that doorway, we're all going through doorways into other realms now. We've been activated to do this.
Yeah.
So if I look at it again now, what's standing out now is definitely the crystals. So the crystals are really activated for me. So is there a crystal that you guys could connect into that resonates for you? You don't have to buy crystals. You can just tune in. And even if you get a crystal book or something, if you don't know much about them, you can then just intuit which one it is that you might need at the moment and bring it in etherically. Etheric crystals are powerful. They're beautiful. So that's sort of telling us that. So then what I started to do, I went, okay, but I need to feel more into this. So I would let myself go into the card. I would actually vision myself in the card with the gnomes, and I'd see, what are they doing? Like, how are they feeling? And when I go in, that they're all stomping the earth. So this is definitely about the earth and us. And okay, they're smoothing things over. So there's shifts and changes going on. And they're working quite hard, like they're doing this in a way where they're concentrating. So there's definitely really big frequency shifts coming through. And that's what they're showing me, the crystals. They're showing me the crystals and the frequency of crystals. We're actually becoming more crystalline. So that's us. So when I go into the card and I imagine myself in with them, this is what I'm seeing and feeling. And I actually feel more then. My feet are tingling now as I'm doing this. So this is another way for you guys to trust your intuition, is to start playing with different cards and go into it and actually see, what is it showing me, helping me to feel. And then what I can do as well is I can come up from a higher perspective, so I can look down and I'm seeing this is going on all over the earth. So it's not just this small space where I was in feeling it. Now I can see it, and it's all over the earth, and there's really big energy lines coming through the earth. So see how you can play with our imagination, and we start to recognize that, oh, maybe I'm not just imagining this. So, but allowing yourself to imagine first is one of the first steps to actually start to activate these gifts and these beautiful senses that we have that have been hidden for so long.
So, beautiful. But that helps a lot. I mean, at least for me, I used to be very logical. And to try and come out and be more, oh my God, the word, you just said it.
Imaginative.
Yeah, there's the word. What the right brain is.
Oh, okay. So intuitive.
No. Oh, it's not coming to me.
It'll come to you when it's time.
Yeah. Well, the other thing, that if you guys watch that video where Octavia was channeling to me what I should be doing, they also said to use a deck of cards and to just put 10 cards, just 1 to 10, and just play with the deck and saying, okay, I'm the creator of my reality, and the next card is going to be this.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And you can feel it too. Sometimes just putting your hand over it, you can feel the energy of whether it's an ace or a king or a 10 or whatever it is. and just trust it, because there's an energy that goes with the vibration of every intention of every card. So
Yeah.
that's another way you can actually physically use the energy between the card and your hand. Because, I don't know if many of you have done this, but you can play with energy. So we have chakras in our hand palms as well. So you can actually bring through white light and energy and start playing with it, like make a ball with it. And then you can actually feel it, and then it can get bigger and bigger. And then you can do whatever you want with that ball, because whatever your intention is, whether it's been made up with love and your playfulness, you can pop it into your own heart, or you can just pop it into your heart and then send it out to everyone. So you can play with this beautiful frequency and energy. It's tangible.
Oh, wow. Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I've had some videos a long time ago I made about exactly that, about making energy balls, and
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
Okay, very good. Um, was there anything else that we had any ideas when it came to practicing remote viewing or telepathy or even telekinesis?
yeah, so I mean, I've always tried with the telekinesis. I used to try and turn my light switch off at night. I go, come on, you can do this, Maree. And I'd sit there for ages trying to turn off the light switch or seeing it turned off. And I was going, oh, okay, I've got to give up again. So I'd have to get up and turn it off. But yeah, I've been doing this for years and years. And, you know, I mean, I know I create things and they come into my reality. It's almost like I have to reverse engineer that, so to actually make things move. So yeah, so I
So
mean,
yeah, so I just wish we could get some feedback from the universe on how to get the telekinesis to work, because it's definitely not something that a lot of us can do.
no, it's not. I mean, when I was reading the Book of Miracles, I was actually working through some of those aspects of the Book of Miracles, and it was talking about how everything's just energy, and you should be able to put your hand through walls and all sorts of things, because it actually, when our cognitive mind goes, well, that actually is just frequency and energy, and I'm a hologram, I can go through that. So
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
so exactly. Wow. So that's
That's a great idea.
so yes. So yeah, I practice with a candle flame, says Space Cadet Lottie, increasing the size and then making it smaller. Actually, thank you. You've just reminded me of something. I do this with weather. They actually call me the weather witch, because for years I used to go running every morning, and sometimes it'd be pouring. I was going, no, I'm still going running. So I'd just go, okay, I need a clearing. So I'd just sit there and I'd work magic to literally make a clearing. And I would actually, there would be a little clearing above me as I was running. So yeah, so you're right, we do it, but we just think, I just think that's normal. And people would say, oh, I'm getting married on this date, next year. Can you have a look at it for me? So I'd tune in and I go, yeah, it's going to be a little bit cloudy in the morning, but you'll actually have beautiful blue skies in the afternoon. It's exactly what happens. So whether we're creating that or whether we're seeing that, so really we are doing telekinesis. So I like that. That's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, that's a
true.
great idea too, changing the color as well. That's information also that I was given, to try to change the color of water, to
Yes.
change the pH level of the water,
Yep.
because you can measure it. There's pH measuring either sticks, or you put drops in and you can measure pH. So you can actually figure out that you did change it. You can
Correct.
prove it that you made a change to it. So yeah.
And the smell, because you can actually have a beautiful smell, whether it's vanilla or something beautiful, come through your water as well, because I've done that. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, so that's another thing, is
Yep.
the smell of water,
Yeah, yeah.
which is fascinating.
Yeah.
And I mean, we all probably know this from Dr. Emoto, but love and gratitude are the two most powerful words we can put into water as an intention to have it change its structure and its shape.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
no, great.
Absolutely.
No, that's really good.
Yeah.
And so
And
just sorry.
yeah, that's why I think that you can control weather is so easily. Not you as in you, but like us can control weather so easily, is I think because it does have water. And yeah,
True.
and it's like easier to manipulate, I think. I don't know. Like,
And I just got something when you were saying that as well. It's elements. So
It's
it's almost
elemental,
like
yeah.
it's elemental. So we're connected. We have elemental aspect of us. So it's like we're connecting in like the undines. I love the undines. Even when I'm doing my deep water exercise in the pool, I've connected into the undines as I'm doing it. So in the water. So I'm blessing that water as I'm actually doing my exercise. So
Well, it's funny because the Undines was one of the things that I felt of writing that poem that ended up turning into not a poem, but it started as a poem about water. And I just kept thinking about them and their energy in the water and how much, like, how important water really is to us, and how much love, like I was feeling like I love Gaia. I love Mother Earth. I love it. I just pure love. And I had not thought about this for water. And that poem made me like feel that emotion of like, oh my God, look at everything that water does for us. So, it made me feel as strongly about water
yeah.
after doing the poem. Yeah, and the endings came into the picture too in my mind as I was writing it.
So you would have been connecting in with the undine, which is that
Yeah.
beautiful water spirit. And like every time I have a shower or do anything, I'm just loving gratitude to water. I love you. And it just blesses us. We're blessing the water. It blesses us. It's within us. So they're just little things, I think, if we can make a habit of doing that. So, whenever I go in the ocean, I'm always thanking the water and blessing it. And so just little habits, and it just changes frequency.
Oh yeah, big time. And it
Mm.
brings you into the now moment. When you're thankful, you're noticing now. You're noticing now. You're noticing now. You're in the now moment. It brings you back. And then remember what Octavia said, that to be in 5D is about being in the now moment and not
Yeah.
having any thoughts.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the magic of life, is being in the now moment and finding gratitude for what it is you're in. Even if you're judging it and going, oh, this isn't where I want to be. What are you grateful for? And then
Yeah.
ask for more of that.
Yeah. And
So,
again,
yeah.
noticing and focusing your attention on the positive. So more positive is brought in from the simulation, right? So stay focused on that positive, and just the simulation has no choice but to give you more positive.
Yeah, totally. So, do you want to come up and be even with me? So, because we're
Oh
talking,
yeah.
I
Sorry.
prefer that. No, that's all right. There we go. Now your
I
beautiful face
forgot.
is up with us. So, can I just say, Space Cadet Lottie again has said, can you pop that one up?
Which
Can you
one? The
see that?
last one?
There, the
The last
mermaids.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to read that one out?
So when I was little, I knew mermaids were real. I think I have been one in a past life, and I couldn't understand why folks said they weren't real.
I
Oh
so
yeah, they're
relate
real
to
for
this.
sure.
Oh,
And they're
yeah.
real now.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
they are in our oceans. You just can't see them, but they are.
Just in
They're
another
there.
dimension. They're there. And I know I've also been a mermaid. And it's so funny when I'm doing this deep water exercise stuff, I pretend I'm a mermaid. I've got my tail flipping everywhere. And I always feel, I've always had visions of myself swimming with, as a dolphin, half man, and swimming with dolphins in Lemuria, in that sort of frequency, which is like 5th to 9th frequency. So, and green water, it's beautiful. So, definitely Space Cadet Lottie, there are mermaids, and we have been mermaids, and that's why we have such a love of water as well a lot of the time.
Yeah, and I remember I had a client or several clients that they are mermaids right now, helping us transition through this process of this shift. The mermaids are doing a lot of work in the water right now, even
Yeah,
though we don't know it.
exactly. And that would be aspects of us as well. So
Yeah,
remember, we have multi-dimensional, multi-parallel type lives in different bodysuits and dimensions. So
yeah.
we'd be doing that too. And I always think, oh, after this lifetime, if I have to do more lifetimes, that's great, that's fine. But I want to have a lifetime on a planet made of water as a mermaid with the dolphins. That's all I want, is a holiday lifetime. That's my holiday lifetime.
I love it.
Yeah.
Sounds like a
So
lot of fun. They have a lot of fun. They have a lot of
there's
fun.
joy,
Yeah,
and that's the
yeah,
feeling I get with it, is joy. And just joyful.
yeah, yeah, like fairies almost.
Yes. Mhm.
All right. I saw a question. Teresa had the question about the dome, which we've answered before. Um, So was there a dome over our space on Earth? There is still a dome. I think the card said that there was a dome and there's still a dome.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if we asked about if it's being removed right now or not.
It was
It's
something that
still
was
there.
changing. Yeah.
I know it's not been removed yet. No.
It's still, but it's changed frequency, I think, is what, I don't know that if that was coming through, I can't remember now either. Let me just tune in and see.
Yeah.
So yeah, so the Page of Pentacles has come up. So there's like a different frequency with it now, because that's new. To me, that's new, but it's still there. Yeah. So the Six of Cups, this is something that's being offered on an emotional level, and it's definitely from a village, like, a bigger scale for humanity. So there's definitely been some sort of change in it. King of Wands, it's been overseen by someone that takes action, that's of a very high caliber. So there is something new about it. New frequency, new vibration, new aspect of plasma. I'm not sure, but there's definitely something new with it.
Okay.
So,
All right. Very nice.
actually, Jasper wants to add to that. He's been
Okay.
chatty today. So Jasper, he's showing me purple. I don't know why, but he's showing me purple, a layer almost of purple like plasma. That's there as well now. He's saying this is actually holding a higher frequency, this plasma that's there.
Is that new? Is that a new?
This is fairly new. He said it's like it's evolved. It's like it's come through with the frequency. I'm getting absolute burning through my crown now as he's talking about this and showing me this. And there's gold coming through it as well. So this is definitely through an increase in frequency and vibration. It's coming through from the great central sun. Yeah. And he's saying it's like it's evolved into that now. He said, yeah, it's always been, yeah, that's meant to be there. Oh, and of course, purple, well, violet, crown chakra.
Yeah.
No wonder. I was getting it all through my third eye up to here, of course, because your purple's through the third eye. It's hot. If you were here, you could feel that and it would be hot. So it's activating something for us. So no wonder this is all being activated.
Okay. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And you're wearing purple, aren't you? Is that purple?
Oh, and I got told yesterday you have to wear purple tomorrow. Now I know why. I'm a bit slow. But I didn't know what Jasper was going to bring through because he wouldn't tell me. I was saying to Elisa, he's been just giggling and he won't tell me. It's just got to come through in the moment. So that's why we did that beautiful moonlight and crown opening. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Makes sense now.
So Space Cadet Lottie was asking, can we ask Jasper how we can assist Gaia at this time? How can we help her, please?
Yeah, of course we can. So, and Space Cadet Lottie, I've known for a very long time that we are definitely here because we promised we would help Gaia. I got told this when someone was doing an energy session on me, and I went, "Oh, I've got my spaceship. I can go home." So I was going to shoot off, and then it was Lady Nada, Mother Mary, and Mary Magdalene were there in the ethers, and they went, "No, Maree, you promised Gaia that you would be here to help her through a transition." And I didn't know anything about all of this back then. And I went, "Really? I promised her?" And they went, "Yeah, you promised her." And I went, "Well, then I won't leave, will I?" So I came back in our spaceship. So we are here, Space Cadet Lottie, to actually help not just Gaia, but, humanity. So let's just ask Jazzy to tune in. Yeah, and he's saying straight away, you've got that right. Anyone that's sort of doing this sort of work or is drawn to this sort of type of conversation and connection with people, definitely here to help. Let's just see if Gaia needs anything more from us. Okay. Gaia's saying just love. I actually just tuned into Gaia as well then. So she's come through and she's just saying just love each other, be kind. That helps with the frequency shift. So the more we can do to release any of our traumas and things, do it and just love. And she loves us is what I'm getting. The energy from Gaia is just pure love. And Jasper's just humming, going, like a little song. So this is what happens. It becomes our connection to Earth and Gaia. We were birthed through Gaia, right? So we are an aspect of Gaia as well. So the more we help ourselves and do the work and love, the more we're helping Gaia. And that's what Jasper's showing me. It's like this big happy family. So You're still humming. so, so I hope that helps. So just love, be kind, do your inner work, let go of the traumas, whether they're lineage, soul, family, whole of humanity. Yeah, that sort of just really focus on yourself, and that helps Gaia.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Have you got anything to say about that, Elisa?
It just makes sense, if again, the mushroom, which is part of Gaia, right? The mushroom always told me, how do I help others? How do I help humanity? You help yourself first. And that was it. That it was about, being kind to yourself, loving yourself unconditionally, because she's part of you. So when you do that and you help you, then you're helping her. So, but also being kind to others and showing them you love them. There's this man I play pickleball with. He's 78. And, he's not the best player. Of course, he's 78, right? But he's very funny. And the other day, the lady that collects the money for you to go into the court had him come in because he didn't come to play. He had a doctor appointment. And she's like, it's his birthday. It's Joe's birthday. And everybody's like, we sang him happy birthday. And then he came over and everybody kept playing. And I'm like, I'm looking around and I'm like, and something was like, ask him out to dinner, ask him out to dinner, ask him out to dinner. And I was like, okay, I'm in it. So I asked him, I said, can I take you to dinner? Do you have plans? And he said, no. And when I picked him up, he's like, I'm like a teenager. Oh my God, I'm so happy. And I'm just like,
oh,
it was so worth it to just let him feel love. Like I could tell, he was like in the armed forces, really tough guy, and has never really had somebody show their love, for him. And I was just like, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show people that I love them. Even though I don't know them, I love them. So I feel like that really made a huge difference for him and in his life, and the way he was acting, and he was giggling and just he was so happy. So yeah.
That's beautiful, Elisa. And the joy, just something thoughtful. It's actually crossing that line. It's taking a step to action.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I have this, I call it the self-love bucket. And I've got lots of different ideas in there, things that you wouldn't normally do. And I pull one out and I go, okay, that's what I'm going to do today. And it might be cook dinner for someone, or share a meal with someone that you don't know very well or you haven't seen for ages or whatever. And this is what it's about. It's taking action, because we don't know how much joy and how much hope we give people by doing that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. It was just, I feel like I told you, I feel like I'm having more psychic feelings, like really becoming an empath. I like feeling people out, like, so that's kind of helping me more in being more emotional and more open to, so now I've been asking myself, like, who can I show my love to today? Who can I show that they are loved today? And
that is so beautiful. Mm-hmm. Imagine if we all did that. Imagine if every single person on this earth had that attitude. Like, okay, who can I show I love to? I did it yesterday because someone picked up, I was selling a couch and they came to pick it up, and they were moving day. And I was going, I know how stressful moving is. The same. And so I helped them, there was two of them, I helped them put it into the trailer and everything. And then she needed to use the bathroom. So I went, right, so I went and got a glass of water for each of them. I got a banana. And I just said, you've got to look after yourselves. It's a big day. And they were like a bit shocked, I think, because, I actually just took that extra step of action. And I got the idea, give them a banana each. It'll just give them energy to keep going. They were going to pick something else up. And and it's just simple things like that really helps. And then they pass it on because people go, that felt really good. So that pay it forward thing is just beautiful.
Yes, absolutely. And if we are the fountain or the source of it, imagine like how much we can make a difference in the world. So
So why don't we all make it our mission? I love what Elisa said, is to show someone that you love them today, even if it's out of your comfort zone, even if it's something you wouldn't normally do. But read the room and make sure it's sort of a little bit appropriate as well. Use your intuition, and let's see if we can get some stories for next week of things that have happened and maybe how you've helped someone feel better and feel loved. I think that's a gorgeous thing to do.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I think it made my day. So, I mean, it not
That's
only
right.
I helped him, right, feel good, but I felt like, all right, this feels so good, to make someone's day, to see them smile, to see them giggle, to see them just so happy.
Oh,
So it helps you as well. And remembering to that person you're helping is you in a different body. So it's all around just the beautiful thing to do and make a difference in the world.
yeah, I agree. And, remember too, giving is beautiful, and it often gives more joy to give. But as givers, if you're a natural giver, you have to learn how to receive gracefully as well, because
Yeah.
that's the flow of giving and receiving. And if you can't receive, then you're taking that joy away from someone else to give to you.
Yeah.
Like my friend staying with me tonight, and she said, "Oh, I want to take you out for dinner." And I was going, "Oh, it's okay. I could cook here." I said, "It would be fun." And she went, "Nope, we're going out." I went, "Thank you," because you've got to receive. So
Yes, you
exactly.
do.
So
You
So if
do.
you're a giver, make sure you also are a receiver.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and that's what the universe will do, right? Because that's the energy you're putting out, you're going to be receiving. So you got to make sure that you, like you say, you accept that, receiving that.
Yeah. And that
Yeah.
could be hard for a lot of people. I know I used to find it really hard, whereas much better now because of self-esteem and self-worth.
Yeah.
And, I don't deserve that. I'm the one that should be doing the paying or doing this or doing that.
Yep.
You got to look at that if that's what you still do. One thing that helped me, Elisa, was I would give it to God. So if someone was giving me like praise or wanting to give me something, I'd say, "Oh, thank you," and I'd give it to God because I wasn't quite ready yet to fully accept it through me as me. Whereas now I'm like, "Yeah, that's awesome, thank you." I'll have that. Yeah. So you
Yep.
can start doing that if it's uncomfortable for you guys to still receive. Just give it to God and say, "Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to give this one to God and accept."
Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's time to love yourselves, right? It's,
Mm.
again, this is how you help the world, is loving yourself unconditionally. And so it's time to heal that and time to own it. Own the fact that you're the creator. You are the creator. There is no more playing it small, you guys. No more.
No.
You came here to create, you came here to be, and it's time. It's time
Yep.
to leave everything behind and become the creator that you are and act like it and know it and be in your power.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. We are powerful, divine beings, and we have a right to have all of our beautiful gifts and talents and use them and
yes.
enjoy them and play with them.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. All right, everybody. Hi, Trigel. Thank you. No worries. You can rewatch from the beginning. We love you guys, and thank you for being here. And I hope everything that is helping you here. And Maree, thank you. And Jazzy, thank you. You are all loved.
Yes, everyone is loved.
All right, everybody. Bye bye. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye.